If you're over 60, listen closely, because the vegetable sitting in your fridge right now could be quietly setting you up for a silent heart attack. No chest pain, no warning, just one ordinary morning when your heart simply stops. Walter was 72, a retired Navy veteran. He walked every day, kept his weight in check, and ate what he believed was the best diet for heart disease prevention. But one morning, his wife found him collapsed on the kitchen floor. The culprit wasn't high cholesterol. Your arteries aren't just hollow tubes. They're living, dynamic highways lined with delicate endothelial cells. These cells control blood flow, regulate blood pressure, and keep your blood from clotting unnecessarily. But as we age, especially after 60, these inner walls face relentless assaults from what we eat, how we live, and even how we breathe. Think of them like flexible garden hoses. When they're young, they bend and move easily, letting water, or in this case, blood, flow without resistance. But repeated sugar spikes from certain foods act like freezing water in those hoses, making them stiff and brittle. This stiffness isn't just uncomfortable, it's deadly. Here's the chain reaction. Every blood sugar spike scratches the inner lining of your arteries, creating microscopic injuries. These damaged spots are sticky, attracting oxidized LDL cholesterol, the dangerous kind. Over time, more and more particles stick, building up plaque. If that plaque ruptures, it can trigger a clot that completely blocks blood flow. This is exactly what can cause a heart attack. It's not just sugar. High glycemic load foods, like fluffy white potatoes, dump glucose into your bloodstream in minutes, forcing your body into emergency mode. Lectins from certain healthy vegetables bind to your gut wall, leaking inflammatory molecules into your blood. Alkaloids in nightshades can irritate nerves and blood vessels. And excess omega-6 fats, especially from corn oil, fried foods, and processed snacks, stoke a slow-burning fire of inflammation throughout your circulatory system. Then there's the silent shift of aging. Your blood's pH balance drifts toward acidity, making it easier for calcium to deposit in your arteries. At the same time, your digestive enzymes decline, meaning you extract fewer nutrients from your food, nutrients your heart desperately needs to repair and protect itself. Without enough of these enzymes, even the best diet for heart health won't work as it should. And here's the catch. Heart attack symptoms in seniors often don't follow the textbook. Instead of crushing chest pain, you might feel extreme fatigue, shortness of breath, lightheadedness, or even mild indigestion. These are the symptoms of a silent heart attack, often dismissed until it's too late. Take John, 67, a retired truck driver. He thought he was fine. No chest pain, just a bit more tired than usual after meals. One evening, he collapsed while watching TV. At the hospital, doctors found 90% blockage in 2 arteries. His diet? Heavy on baked potatoes, canned soups loaded with corn oil, and nightly tomato sauces, foods he thought were harmless. The damage had been building for decades. Modern medicine has its place. Blood pressure drugs can keep your readings in check. Statins can lower your cholesterol numbers. But here's the uncomfortable truth. They don't restore the natural elasticity of your arteries. They don't remove plaque. They manage the fire alarm without extinguishing the fire. That's why so many seniors on medication still suffer heart attacks. If you want to protect your heart for the long term, you have to repair the lining of your arteries, calm inflammation, and restore healthy blood flow at the cellular level. That means removing hidden dietary triggers, giving your body the nutrients it can actually absorb, and rebalancing your system so your arteries stay clean and flexible. Right after this, I'll show you the first vegetable that can raise your heart attack risk by 33%, and how to replace it with a food proven to heal your arteries naturally. If you're over 60, eating this common vegetable more than 4 times a week can raise your heart attack risk by 33%. Yet most seniors still believe it's healthy. And that's just the first of 3 everyday mistakes quietly damaging your heart and circulation. Mistake 1. Thinking all vegetables are heart-friendly. Margaret, 68, did everything right, or so she thought. She walked daily, cut down on sugar, and loaded her plate with vegetables. But every evening, she baked a large white potato as her healthy side dish. White potatoes have a glycemic index as high as pure sugar. Each serving sent her blood glucose soaring, triggering a surge of insulin. These repeated spikes act like tiny scratches on the endothelial lining of her arteries, scratches that never fully heal. Over time, they become sticky landing spots for oxidized LDL cholesterol, leading to plaque buildup and narrowing of the arteries. It's not just about blood sugar. High GI foods like potatoes accelerate glycation when excess sugar binds to proteins in your blood, forming harmful compounds called AGEs, advanced glycation end products. AGEs stiffen artery walls and reduce their elasticity, making it harder for the heart to pump blood efficiently. For Margaret, this meant rising fasting glucose, higher inflammation markers, and fatigue, the kind linked to symptoms of a silent heart attack. When she swapped her potatoes for roasted cauliflower, turnips, and even purple sweet potatoes, lower GI, her glucose stabilized, her energy returned, and she reduced her reliance on blood pressure medication. But not all damage comes from what's on your plate. It can also come from what's hiding in your pantry. Mistake 2. Ignoring hidden inflammation in oils and spices. Robert, 71, lived with severe arthritis and stiff arteries. His joints ached, but what worried his doctor was his sky-high C-reactive protein, CRP, the key marker of systemic inflammation strongly tied to heart disease. The hidden triggers? Corn oil in his salad dressings and nightshade spices, paprika, chili powder, in his favorite canned soups. Corn oil is loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. While essential in small amounts, too much throws off the balance with omega-3s. The ideal ratio is about 2:1 or 3:1, but the typical American diet hits 15:1. This imbalance fuels the production of pro-inflammatory eicosanoids, compounds that inflame blood vessel walls and make plaque unstable. Nightshade alkaloids can further irritate the gut lining and vascular tissue in sensitive individuals, allowing more inflammatory molecules to circulate. This constant inflammation doesn't just make joints ache, it raises the risk of plaque rupture, one of the fastest routes to a heart attack. Robert replaced corn oil with cold-pressed olive oil and switched his spices to turmeric, garlic powder, and rosemary, natural anti-inflammatories. Within 3 months, his CRP dropped by half, his joints loosened, and his doctor noted improved circulation. For anyone looking to lower inflammation naturally, aim for oils high in monounsaturated fats and pair them with herbs that protect the heart. And sometimes, it's not even the food or the oil. It's the way we cook that robs us of the very nutrients our hearts need. Mistake 3. Cooking methods that destroy heart protective nutrients. Linda, 70, believed spinach was her heart's best friend. She boiled it every night until it was mush. But she didn't realize that overcooking was destroying key nutrients, magnesium and vitamin K2, essential for keeping calcium in her bones and out of her arteries. When these nutrients are lost, calcium can deposit in arterial walls, making them stiff and narrow. This sets the stage for hypertension, reduced blood flow, and eventually heart attack or stroke. Frying starchy vegetables like potatoes adds another layer of risk. Not only does frying increase their glycemic load, it also produces acrylamide, a toxic compound that damages nerves and blood vessels. Reheating fried foods or oils in a microwave can even create trans fats, which are notorious for accelerating arterial plaque buildup. Linda switched to lightly steaming her spinach and sautéing it with olive oil, methods that preserve nutrients and boost absorption. She also learned to steam cruciferous vegetables just enough to neutralize thyroid-suppressing compounds without losing antioxidants. At her next checkup, her blood pressure was lower, and scans showed slower progression of arterial calcification. If you want to keep your arteries flexible, cook vegetables gently. Steam for 3 to 5 minutes, roast at moderate heat, or saute lightly with heart-healthy oils. Coming next, 4 natural foods that work like nature's artery cleansers, proven to lower heart attack risk and keep your circulation strong for years to come. These are the same 4 artery cleansing foods I promised you earlier, backed by science, proven in real life, and capable of doing what most prescriptions can't, helping your arteries repair, your blood flow improve, and your heart grow stronger with each passing month. You don't have to spend the rest of your life relying on more and more medication. There's a natural path to lower blood pressure, cleaner arteries, and steady energy well into your 70s and 80s. 1. Garlic, nature's blood thinner. Garlic is more than a flavor enhancer. It's a cardiovascular powerhouse. When you crush or chop it, garlic forms allicin, a sulfur compound that relaxes blood vessels, lowers blood pressure, and gently thins the blood to reduce clot risk. In a 2019 Journal of Nutrition study, adults over 60 who consumed 1 clove of fresh garlic daily saw 11 millimeter Hg drop in systolic blood pressure, 9% reduction in LDL cholesterol, 24% improvement in arterial flexibility. For best results, crush or chop garlic and let it rest for 10 minutes before use. Add it near the end of cooking or enjoy it raw with olive oil for maximum potency. 2. Beets, the circulation booster. Beets are rich in nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a molecule that widens arteries, enhances oxygen delivery, and lowers the heart's workload. Research from Oxford University showed that drinking 250 milliliters of beet juice daily lowered systolic blood pressure by 8 millimeter Hg and increased blood flow to the brain's frontal lobe by 23%, improving memory, focus, and decision-making. For maximum effect, combine raw beet juice in the morning with roasted or steamed beets at dinner. Drink the juice on an empty stomach, ideally 2-3 hours before activity. 3. Okra. The blood sugar stabilizer okra's mucilage, its gel-like fiber, forms a protective coating in your digestive tract, slowing sugar absorption and preventing the blood sugar spikes that damage artery walls. A Japanese study found that seniors who ate okra daily increased beneficial gut bacteria by 340%, while reducing harmful strains by 67%, lowering inflammation linked to heart disease. Try slicing 6 fresh okra pods, soaking them in water overnight, and drinking the liquid in the morning. Steam or saute the pods gently for lunch. Avoid high heat to preserve the mucilage. 4. Leafy greens, the calcium traffic director. Dark leafy greens like kale, spinach, and collard greens are rich in vitamin K2, which directs calcium to your bones instead of your arteries. Combined with magnesium and folate, they help keep arteries elastic and blood pressure stable. In a 10-year study of over 4,600 women over 65, those who ate 2 servings of leafy greens daily had 71% fewer hip fractures and significantly less arterial calcification. Steam your greens lightly and pair them with olive oil to boost nutrient absorption. Rotate between spinach, kale, arugula, and collards for a variety of nutrients. The right foods build your foundation, but these daily habits accelerate healing. Walk 15 minutes after meals helps lower post-meal blood sugar spikes, easing stress on arteries. Morning deep breathing boosts heart rate variability, lowers stress hormones, and improves circulation. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep allows arteries to repair, keeps cortisol in check, and maintains stable blood pressure. Helen, 72, had blood pressure readings of 165/95 despite taking 3 medications. Her doctor was considering adding a 4th. Instead, she began a daily plan: 2 cloves of crushed garlic each morning, a cup of steamed kale at dinner, and a short walk after each meal. Within 6 weeks, her blood pressure dropped to 128/78. Under her doctor's supervision, she eliminated 2 medications. Her energy returned, her thinking became sharper, and she said she felt 10 years younger. You're not just lowering numbers, you're reclaiming years of life and freedom. And in the next part, I'll show you how to fit these foods and habits into a simple daily plan you can follow without stress, so protecting your heart becomes effortless. Now that you know the foods and habits that can transform your cardiovascular health, the next step is to put them into action, simply, consistently, and without stress. This heart-healing daily plan is designed for people over 60 who want to lower blood pressure, stabilize blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and keep their arteries clean for decades to come. It's not a fad diet or a complicated routine. It's a flexible, sustainable way of eating and living that works with your body's natural rhythms. Morning. Wake up your circulation. 1. Hydration with a purpose. Start your day with a glass of warm water and lemon. The vitamin C helps reduce oxidative stress and improves iron absorption from plant foods you'll eat later. This is especially helpful for seniors, as oxidative stress plays a big role in arterial aging. 2. Garlic kickstart. Crush or chop 1 to 2 cloves of fresh garlic and let them sit for 10 minutes. Eat them raw with a teaspoon of olive oil or mix into a small serving of avocado for a gentler flavor. This delivers a concentrated dose of allicin, which helps relax blood vessels and improve circulation. Light movement. Before breakfast, do 5 minutes of gentle stretching or slow walking around the house. This wakes up your muscles and primes your body for better blood flow. Mid-morning. Fuel with antioxidants. Beet juice boost. Have 4 to 6 ounces of fresh beet juice on an empty stomach. The nitrates convert to nitric oxide, improving blood flow and oxygen delivery to your heart and brain. If juicing isn't practical, grate raw beets into a salad or smoothie. Optional snack. A handful of walnuts or almonds for omega-3s and magnesium, both crucial for maintaining heart rhythm. Lunch. Balanced and blood sugar friendly. Main plate formula. Protein. Wild-caught salmon, sardines, or a plant-based option like lentils. Fiber-rich vegetables. Include okra, steamed or sautéed lightly to stabilize blood sugar and protect your artery lining. Healthy fats. Olive oil dressing with turmeric, black pepper, and herbs to add anti-inflammatory benefits. Example lunch. Arugula salad with roasted beets, steamed okra, cherry radishes, pumpkin seeds, and a lemon olive oil turmeric dressing. Post-meal habit. Take a 10 to 15-minute walk to help your body manage post-meal blood sugar. Afternoon. Keep energy steady. Hydration reminder. Many seniors mistake mild dehydration for fatigue. Aim for another glass of water or herbal tea mid-afternoon. Light snack. A few slices of cucumber with hummus or a small apple with a tablespoon of almond butter. Avoid processed crackers or sugary snacks that can spike insulin and stress your arteries. Dinner. Nutrient-dense and heart-calming main plate formula. Leafy greens. Kale, collard greens, or spinach, lightly steamed to preserve vitamin K2 and magnesium. Protein. Grilled chicken, turkey, or plant-based tofu. Complex carbs, small serving of quinoa, lentils, or sweet potato. Example dinner. Steamed kale with olive oil and lemon, grilled salmon with herbs, and roasted purple sweet potato. Cooking tip. Avoid frying and overcooking vegetables. Light steaming and gentle roasting retain antioxidants and heart protective compounds. Evening. Wind down for heart recovery. Deep breathing routine. Spend 5 minutes in slow diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 2, exhale for 6. This reduces cortisol, lowers evening blood pressure, and signals your heart it's time to rest. Screen-free time. Avoid stimulating news or phone scrolling 30 minutes before bed. Instead, read, stretch, or listen to calming music. Sleep target. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep. Poor sleep increases CRP and other inflammation markers, raising your risk of both heart attack and stroke. Weekly artery cleanse recipe ingredients: 1 medium beet, 2 cloves garlic, 1 tablespoon olive oil, pinch of sea salt, and black pepper. Method. Mash roasted beet with crushed garlic, drizzle with olive oil, season lightly. Eat once a week as a side dish. This combination delivers nitric oxide, allicin, and healthy fats in one simple serving, helping to keep arteries flexible and clear. Tracking your progress. Keep a simple log of morning blood pressure, energy levels, sleep quality, any symptoms like unusual fatigue or shortness of breath. Review your log monthly to see patterns and improvements. Share with your healthcare provider if making medication adjustments. Follow this daily plan for just 30 days and you'll feel the difference, not just in your numbers, but in how you move, think, and live. And in our final section, I'll share the story of one man who went from a scheduled heart stent to being cleared for the golf course, all by making these changes. James, 69, spent most of his life serving others as a firefighter. He was used to running into burning buildings, lifting heavy equipment, and working long shifts. But in retirement, his own body became the emergency. He began feeling a squeezing pain in his chest whenever he climbed stairs or carried groceries. Classic angina, a warning sign that his heart wasn't getting enough blood. His cardiologist found significant blockages in 2 arteries and scheduled him for a stent procedure within the month. James had always trusted his doctors, but something in him wanted to try one last effort to heal naturally before surgery. That's when he discovered this heart-healing daily plan, built around garlic, beets, okra, leafy greens, and simple lifestyle changes like walking after meals, deep breathing, and better sleep. For the next 6 months, James committed fully. He crushed garlic every morning, drank beet juice before his workouts, added okra to his lunches, and rotated kale, spinach, and collard greens at dinner. He walked after every meal and practiced daily breathing exercises to calm his heart. When it was time for his follow-up, the results shocked both him and his doctor. The blockages had improved so much that the stent was no longer necessary. His blood pressure was stable, his cholesterol had dropped, and his energy was back. James said, "I went from planning heart surgery to planning my next golf game." Your heart beats about 100,000 times a day, every single day, without asking for anything in return. It's the engine of your life, the reason you wake up, move, laugh, and love. If it works this hard for you, isn't it time you gave it the fuel it truly deserves? Feed it foods that heal, not harm. Support it with habits that restore, not deplete. And remember, no matter your age or current health, your body has an incredible capacity to repair when given the right tools. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these vegetables surprised you the most? Was it the ones you thought were healthy but aren't? Or the ones you never realized could protect your arteries? Share your thoughts in the comments. I read and respond to every single one. And be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, because in my next video, I'll reveal one simple morning drink that melts arterial plaque naturally, with the science to back it up.